All right, so triangle sum and exterior angle sum are just these two rules that we have for how we deal with the angles in triangles. So you'll see me write it like this sometimes because you know how lazy I am. Triangle sum equals 180 degrees. Remember that sigma, that funny E, so this equals sum. I actually had a student tell me last week that I spelled sum wrong. I didn't. What does sum mean? Add, not sum as in give me some. So triangle sum just means that all the angles in a triangle equal 180. So if I give you two of them, you can always find the third angle. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C has to add to equal 180 degrees. Every time, all the time, any triangle you have, that's the case. It makes it really easy when you have a right triangle because then what do the other two angles have to equal? 90. So I can just, instead of subtracting from 180 minus 90 minus something, I can just say, well, 90 minus something and get that third angle. Exterior angles, it's this one outside. So here's my triangle, and then I have this angle that's outside that's created by extending that bottom line. So here's the bottom of the triangle, and I just extend that line out. That angle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So remember we learned non-adjacent. Adjacent means next to. So the two not next to angles. So that means that angle 1 equals angle 2 plus angle 3. Now I want you to think about that because what does this have to equal right here?
90?
No, a straight line.
180.
180. So that has to equal 180. And all I'm missing is this little piece. So if this little piece plus these two has to equal 180, so let's just call this angle 4 for a second. Angle 2 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 equals 180. Angle 4 plus angle 1 equals 180. Do you see how I have two of the same things? This is the same expression in both of them. Not that one. Angle 4 is in both of those statements. And so then I can replace it and see that they become the same thing. So if angle 4 plus 2 plus 3 equals 180, and angle 4 plus angle 1 equals 180, then the only thing that I can say is, okay, then 2 plus 3 has to equal 1. So it's just the angle on the very outside of a triangle equals the two. Just think of it as the two that don't make the straight line. So the other two, the ones that are furthest away or non-adjacent, are the ones that add to equal that angle on the outside. So as we go through these examples, it's just about remembering those properties. Sometimes they're more complicated than the other ones, but sometimes they're not. So let's look at number 1. Those are just the angles inside of a triangle. This number represents an angle that I don't know. When it has an M in front of it, this means the measure of angle 1. That's what this means. So anytime you see an M and then angle, that's all it means, the measure. So it's just asking you for the numeric value for that angle. So I'm going to write this out all the way. You don't have to do this on a test, but I'd want to see at least where you got the number. So this is 24 plus angle 1 plus 37 equals 180. So then you would subtract. That's not the page Page I want. And get 119. So actually, I guess I could do angle 1 plus 50, 64. Is that right? Nope, 61. That's all you're doing. So the angles inside equal 180. And when it's like number 2, this is that outside angle. See how the side just extends out? So this is one side of the triangle, and we just kept going. This angle, angle 1 equals 76 plus 52. So that's 128 degrees. So much of this is just based on the location of the angles, just like when we were looking at the sides, like where are the angles, how are the sides. When we were looking at parallel lines, it's about the relationships and the position of those things. So that's what you focus on is, I need the two, not here, but the two that are furthest away from the angle on the outside is the one that I'm looking for. So what happens if it looks like number 3? I still want you to get in the habit of writing the problem just like this, okay? Angle 1 plus 79 equals 104. It's the 2 on the inside equal the 1 on the outside. If you'll get in the habit of setting up an equation like that, then you won't add 79 and 104, but you will remember to subtract. So angle 1 equals 535. Nope, 25. I can subtract. So you can see it's not that it's difficult, you just have to follow along. I want you to think of these like puzzles, kind of. Like the pieces that you need to follow along. So when you look at number 4, can I do anything in this triangle yet? I don't have enough, right? I only have one angle, I have to have 2. So that's not enough. But when we look at this triangle, I have 2 angles, right? So I can find what? I can find angle 1. So just like when you get a puzzle out, you throw all the pieces on the ground. What do you look for? I look for the corners and the edges, right? Those are the parts you start with. And then once you figure those out, then you pick all the blue pieces and see if they all fit together, or all of the, you look for eyeballs or whatever your puzzle is. And so you look for a place to start. I can't do anything with the right triangle, but the left triangle, I can say that angle 1 plus 66 plus 84 equals 180 degrees all the time. So we subtract and we get that angle 1 is 30. So this is 30 degrees. Notice that angle 3 is the exterior angle for that triangle, right? So then I can say that angle 3 equals 66 plus 30. So angle 3 equals 96 degrees. So now I've got 96 degrees. I can find angle 2 two different ways. I can either say that angle 84 equals 2 plus angle 2 plus 43, or I can say these two minus 180 has to be that. It doesn't matter which way we go. So I'm going to say 84 degrees equals angle 2 plus 43. So 41 degrees equals angle 2. At this stage in your mathematical career, you've got 2 more years of this, I'm not going to give you a problem that you don't have enough information to solve. So when you look at these, think, okay, where can I start? Can I use the sum of the triangles in the angle? Can I use the exterior angle theorem? Like, how can I get where I need to go? So as we look at number 5, how many angles am I given a value for? 2. Not 2. Landon, which 2 do you see? Tell me the numbers.
43 and 12.
43 and 12 are 2 angles that you're given. You're given one more. You're given one more value, 90-degree angle. So don't forget that that's a number, right? We put that symbol there because it's easier, but don't forget that this is always 90 degrees. Because now I have 2 angles in one triangle, right? Now I can say that angle 1 equals 180, let's not do it that way, that's confusing to you. 90 plus 43 plus angle 1 equals 180 degrees. So then angle 1 equals 47 degrees. Yeah. Now, when we were talking about exterior angles are not ones like this. It has to be where you just take a side of the triangle and go on. So it's not here because this doesn't come off a side. So the exterior angle that I can use is angle 2. Angle 2 equals the 2 furthest from it, so not 43, but 90 plus 47, which is 137. And then to find angle 3, I'm going to say that angle 3, yeah?
Are you doing like, because the line is 180 and you're like now are you going to subtract 180 by 137?
So 180, angle 3 plus 137 plus 12 equals 180 degrees, right? That's a triangle. So the first time we said that I knew these two, so I could find this one because a triangle equals 180. This is inside the same triangle, right? Yeah. And the second time we said this angle equals those 2 angles. This is an exterior angle. This angle outside the triangle equals the 2 that are furthest from it. And so now I have this triangle, and I have this angle, and they have to equal 180. So then I can get that angle 3 equals 31 degrees. Is that right? Yeah, it is. So on a test, what I've written down is what you need to show me. I get that sometimes you're just subtracting, but you have to show me what you're subtracting from and why you did it. Because if I put any of these numbers in the wrong position, then I can get a different answer. And so remember that your whole goal in this class and all your classes is to show me what you've learned or how you think. Not that you can spit the right answer out, but how you got there and why you know it's correct. Okay, let's look at number 6. What do you know about that triangle? Tell me anything that you see. Jacob, tell me something you see. 90-degree angle. So I know that this is 90. I always put that there because sometimes I forget, and it just reminds me. That's a number. Don't forget to use that number. Tell me what you know about angle 2. Angle 2 has a special relationship with one of the other angles.
61.
It's 61 because these are vertical angles. So that means that angle 2 is 61 degrees also. So now I have two triangles that both have two angles. So now I can just say, now I can say that angle 1 plus 68 plus 61 is 180 degrees. And I can say that angle 3 plus 61 plus 90 is 180 degrees. So angle 1 is 51, 61, and 29. I want you to look for the feeling that you get when you beat a level, when you do something on one of your games, when you guess your Wordle in five tries, whatever. When you fit that feeling of I got that, or I got it right, or I accomplished it. As you're going through these, they're just puzzles. What's next? How can I do this? What do I know? Okay, let's go look at number 10. So for number 10, I'm missing a lot of pieces. So where's the first place I can start? All my corners are 90, but all the corners are split, except one. So this one, I know for sure this angle is 90 degrees. Now, looking at this triangle, I'm going to outline it in blue. Looking at this triangle, do I have enough information to solve for the last angle? I have two of them, so I can say that angle 3 equals, plus 52 plus 90 equals 180. So angle 3 equals 38. How does that help me go on? Because this is a right angle and this piece is 38, I can find angle 2, right? Angle 2 plus 38 has to equal how much? Angle 2 plus 38, what's the square mean? 90. So angle 2 equals 52. What does this have to equal? 180. So then I can say that angle 4 plus 86 equals 180 degrees. So angle 4 is 94. Why is this 180? What is this? Straight line. Okay. So now I know, this is why you label your diagrams, because I didn't. Because now I know that angle 2 is 52. And I know that angle 4 is 94. So then I can say that angle 1 plus 52 plus 94 equals 180. So angle 1 is 34. Now for these last two angles, how much is this corner? 90. And I have one piece, so that means the other piece is just 90 minus 34 and 90 minus 52. So I can say angle 5 plus 34 equals 90 degrees. And angle 6 plus 52 equals 90 degrees. Because these are right angles, these are parallel lines. So I could have just said, well, those are the same, and these are the same. So those are alternate interior angles. So you can get there lots of different ways. So then angle 6 equals 38, and angle 5 equals 56. It's about finding a place to start, like which has the most information, and then what can I go from there. All right, let me do these with algebra. So just because it has algebra doesn't mean that it's any harder. You just got to solve for x. And then does it ask me to substitute it in? It does. Look, it's asking me after I find x. Then I just need to solve for the four angles that I'm being asked for. So this is an exterior angle. So that means that 18x minus 15 equals the other two. 13x minus 11 plus 4x plus 1. Combine like terms first. 18x minus 15 equals 17x minus 10. Subtract 17x from both sides. X minus 15 equals negative 10, plus 15, plus 15, x equals 5. So, remember that when you name an angle, you go in order of that angle. So CAB, CAB, that makes that 13x minus 11. So that's 13 times 5 minus 11. 65 minus 11, 54 degrees. Then I want A, B, C. So A, B, C is this one. So that's 4 times 5 plus 1. That's 21 degrees.
What is that in the parentheses when you said 15?
A very messy 5. Right, because it's x. And x was 5. But then it asked me to find ACB. I don't have anything here. How can I find this angle? Well, I just found the other two, right? So for this one, this is 180 minus 54 minus 21, which is 105. Now you can find the last one 3 different ways. I can say that this angle equals these two. I can say that this angle and this angle have to equal 180, or I can just substitute with 5. It doesn't matter which way. I just want to know which one you chose. So I can say that DCB is 18 times 5 minus 15. I can say that DCB equals 54 plus 21. And I can say that it equals 180 minus 105. All of those should give me the same number. So there's 3 different ways to find that last angle. It doesn't matter which one you choose. It just matters which one you see and that you show me how to do it. Okay, I want you to finish the note page. It'll give you practice to have the answers and follow along with that. And then there is a Delta Math assignment for this, okay?